I want to quickly talk to you about BNPL for business expenses versus business loans. So, if you think about buy now, pay later, sort of the business model, is it really good for your business expenses or is it just better to get a business loan? Okay. So, let's talk about that. Let me really give you an overview here. One thing you need to really understand here is that for a lot of businesses, including yours and mine, choosing between, let's say, business loans and buy now, pay later, actually, pay later options is kind of crucial because you have a need. You need to actually fund inventory. You need to fund your next payroll. You need to get the cash to actually expand, and you can't really wait too long. So you got to really ask yourself whether you should go for a business loan. You should go to a traditional bank. You should go to let's say a credit union or an alternative lender or even an online lender, or just actually get a buy now, pay later option. Okay. Now, business loans like those from banks and credit unions help you manage cash flow with revolving credit in terms of in the case of business lines of credit, or get you the cash to actually survive till the next phase when you get your revenue coming in. BNPL, that's buy now, pay later options, actually offers flexible payment plans without interest, easing immediate financial pressure. Okay, so when deciding between BNPL and business loans, you have to really evaluate your specific needs and evaluate also which option aligns better with your financial goals. Okay, so what I mean here is that you got to look at your cash inflows and cash outflows, but also your existing cash base. Okay, so BNPL is growing in popularity as a flexible solution for companies that aim to make large purchases without upfront cost or interest. And a BNPL option often provides an easier approval process, which can be appealing to your business or mine if it's just, for instance, like starting out. Okay, but please remember, you want to consider if you can manage purchases over time without increasing interest costs. This is an important element to really think about before you even decide whether you should go with business loans or business lines or business like buy now, pay later. So let me first talk to you about business loans. So when we talk about BNPL versus business loans for managing business expenses, let's talk about business loans. Now, when I talk about business loans, by extension, I'm speaking about business credit, okay? Because business loans is just one form of business credit. You have a business line of credit. You can also have a merchant cash advance. You can have invoice factoring. You can have a lot of business funding arrangements. So overall, if you think about business loans and business credit by extension, here are arrangements that allow your business to make purchases without using cash upfront, and they provide those options, provide you with flexibility and purchasing power. Okay, so this is an important element. So there are actually benefits that come with business loan because first of all, you are able to apply for a loan that helps you separate personal and business finances. And in that case, you are protecting personal assets. Sorry about that. You are protecting personal assets, okay? And this separation helps your business qualify for higher loan amounts, okay, and better financing terms than personal credit can really offer. For instance, you can get a $250,000 business loan. You can get a $1 million business loan, but you will never get a $1 million as an individual unless you have a strong financial base to start with, okay? And you can also access types of benefits such as cashback or other rewards through specific credit products such as business credit cards, for instance. So besides business loans, you can actually tap into business credit cards also, for instance, okay? And you have to really have a strategy in terms of building business credit if you are trying to get the best business loan terms. And by terms, I'm speaking about the loan amount. I'm speaking about the repayment window. I'm speaking about what kind of clauses come with a loan, and also if there are some fees attached to early payment discount, for instance. So this is important to really consider from the get-go. Now let's talk about BNPL. So buy now, pay later for business expenses. One thing you need to really understand here is that basically BNPL options like Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna, they also offer businesses such as such as yours and mine the ability to actually enhance customer purchasing flexibility through installment payments. Okay, and this is kind of cool because you are speaking about a BNPL option that can really help you increase actually your revenue, because this can lead to increased sales and customer satisfaction because consumers actually trend towards short-term installment options. So what are the pros and cons of BNPL for businesses? You have to really understand that as a business, you can benefit from integrating BNPL solutions by attracting more customers and boosting sales, especially during peak shopping seasons. For instance, you're able to allow shoppers to break down payments into manageable chunks, often referred to as interest-free installments or installment payments, okay, which can really encourage higher spending. So that's on the consumer side. But you can also benefit from BNPL for your business expenses. You can basically actually find a provider that will allow you to actually buy inventory, to buy other stuff, and pay over time. Okay, so this is kind of cool. But one thing I want you to really understand is that before choosing the BNPL for your customers or for yourself or for your own business, look at the fees they are charging. Okay, because the appeal of fixed payments, interest-free fixed payments, might actually might be interesting. Okay, but it's only if you pay within a certain time period, okay? And once you go beyond that time period, you will be charged fees big time, okay? So selecting the ideal BNPL provider just means that you have to evaluate providers like Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna and see which one will fit your business in terms of revenue, like getting revenue from your customers, but also paying for expenses at a business level. So what's the decision here? So buy now, pay later for business expenses versus business loans. You got to really ask yourself better. Business loans or BNPL? So choosing between business loans and buy now, pay later options depends on factors like cost and risk, right? And cost and risk actually are important because they actually impact where you are at in your business and where you are heading, what kind of vision you have for your business model. Okay, so business loans offer fixed amounts, and if you go with business lines of credit, you are having revolving credit lines with interest, while BNPL provides installment payments, often without interest if paid on time. Okay, again, you have to pay this on time, otherwise, that's when the interest actually come in. Okay. So first, you want to look at the cost comparison. So business loans usually involve various fees and interest rates. And so you might face annual fees, interest charges on balances, and potential late fees for missed payments, depending on the structure that you have for your business loan, or let's say business credit arrangement in general. Okay. And interest rates can vary, generally ranging from 13% all the way to 20% or 25%, depending on your credit worthiness. Okay. And so those rates add to expenses if your balances are not paid monthly. And you also have BNPL. So BNPL offers installment plans, which can be interest free if paid promptly. Right? I've said this before. And some BNPL services charge no fees as long as payments are on time, making it an attractive short-term option for business owners such as you and me, okay? And this is an important element. Now, if payments are late, fees can apply, and certain services may charge late fees or interest on missed installment, impacting the total repayment amount, okay? You also need to think about the risk factors. So if you're looking at buy now, pay later versus business loans, you got to really look at the risk factor. So business loans entail risk if payments are not managed properly. Late or missed payments can lead to increased interest rates and harm your credit score. So you want to carefully assess actually your financial situation before going for a business loan. Okay, pay attention to terms because they affect long-term borrowing costs. And what about BNPL? Well, BNPL minimizes immediate financial risk because approvals tend to be easy and fast. The real risk arises with overspending due to the ease of approval, right? So this is kind of good for you. It's really vital for you to maintain discipline to avoid late fees, okay? And some BNPL services do not report late payments to credit bureaus, but this can actually vary depending on your niche. So if you think about buy now, pay later for business expenses versus business loans, what's the strategy you need to really have this year? Let's talk about that. Now, how do you integrate BNPL into your business strategy? One thing you need to really understand here is that it's all about planning. You want to really plan things thoughtfully to see what works for you or what doesn't work for you. And you got to ask yourself, are you integrating BNPL from the consumer side, from the customer side, or from your business side? From the customer side, you are actually allowing customers to pay you through BNPL. From the business side, you are using BNPL as an option to actually pay for stuff, okay? So you need to actually think about what's important for you. You got to look at your cash flow. You got to look at your customer satisfaction vision also, okay? So one thing you need to really understand here is that you want to look at the BNPL provider that's pretty familiar with your specific industry. Because if they have actually experience dealing with companies like yours, chances are they have the right work stream, the right work stream in place to make things a lot easier for you. Okay, and also think about the regulatory parts of things. Do you need to really get any necessary licenses? Okay, in terms of your area, your county, your city, all that kind of stuff. You also need to select a BNPL provider that aligns with your business's goals and customer needs, and that has done it before. Not just somebody who is experienced in your industry, but somebody who actually understands deeply your business model. Okay, and look also as the impact on your cash flow. So if you want to think about buy now, pay later for business expenses versus business loans, look at your cash flow. Look at how much you have to pay. This is an important element to really think about, okay? And because BNPL can impact your cash flow significantly, whether you offer it to customers or you use it yourself for your business, okay? And this is an important element, especially from a scalability point of view. So you need to really understand here is that lenders look at a few things before actually extending business loans. And I mean, the application process is lengthier with business loans than BNPL. Okay. If your business has to apply for a BNPL option, either for its customers or for itself as a business, the application process is a lot lighter, a lot less. It's a lot less strict. Okay. But if you go to the business loan section, things become a little complicated. Okay. First of all, you have to have business credit. So your business credit score. You have to have a business, you have to have a PayDesk score or an Equifax business score or an Experian business credit score. Okay. And the lender will also look at your payment history. So basically, if you have a history of consistent on-time payments, you are building trust with the business lender. Okay. This is how you can really look at things. And they will look also at your revenue, your company's revenue for the last 6 months or the last year to see some kind of consistency there. Of course, it helps if your business has been around for a while now. Okay. That's an important element. So that's what some of the things you have to pay attention to when you apply for a business loan. What about your business? What about your buy now, pay later experience? First of all, on the customer side, you are able to enhance customer experience because you are actually offering customers a lot of options at the checkout phase, right? And that's really good. Customers love it because at least they have a way to breathe, so to speak. Okay, they have a way to really get things done in a certain way. So that's pretty good. So you can enhance customer experience real fast because having a flexible payment schedule can cater to a different customer preferences. Some customers love it. Others like, okay, do I want to go through this? Either way, this is really important to have, okay? And that's an important element. Also, you are able to manage late payments either from customers, but also from yourself, from your business too. Okay, if you actually have a BNPL that you use for your business, make sure that you actually steer clear of late payments because late payments are going to damage your business big time. You don't want to have that. You do not want to have late payments, especially if you are going to get things done. You're trying to really manage your company's finances. So one thing I really want you to really think about is that if you think about buy now, pay later for business expenses versus business loans, you got to always go back and ask yourself if business loans are actually the right product for your business this time, because maybe it's not business loans, it's actually business credit cards or business lines of credit or merchant cash advances or invoice factoring or invoice financing or equipment financing. Okay, so ask yourself if the business loan option is the right business funding requirements for your business. Maybe not. Okay, so you want to think deeply about that before even thinking about a BNPL scheme. Okay, because buy now pay later actually has other complications that you have to think about. So question is, which one should you go for? It really depends on the amount. If the amount is small, go for BNPL. If the amount is big, go for business loans because it's kind of difficult to actually get a large amount with BNPL because BNPL is actually structured in a way to cater to smaller amounts, to take smaller amounts into account. Okay, whether you do it for yourself or for your customers, smaller amounts. It's kind of tough to have BNPL providers doing transactions in the 5 digits or 6 digits or 7 digits, really. Okay, so that's an important element. So it's just better to go, if you have a small amount, go for BNPL, large amount, go for business loans, or even better, go for business credit cards. Instead of business loans, go for something else. Go for business credit cards. Go for business lines of credit. Depending on the lender, some lenders might be more comfortable approving you for business lines of credit or merchant cash advances or invoice factoring or invoice financing instead of traditional business loans. Okay, so I want you to really vary your business funding vision. Don't put all your eggs in the proverbial same basket. You want to diversify things. That way, if one option doesn't work, at least you have the option to try another scenario. So as an epilogue into this conversation, I spoke to you about buy now, pay later for business expenses versus business loans. I gave you the overview, the business credit, the BNPL, the decision, the strategy, and the epilogue. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.